Okay, we are here to talk about another Planet Craft tutorial. And the subject today is going to be the Autocrafter. Yes. And this is a very important piece if you want to have your world fully automated, which this one I currently do. And it works very hand. Let's go to the construction menu. It works hand in hand with the drone station. They really work well together. And this is another thing I didn't really use in the beginning. I sort of ignored it for a while. And then I realized, what on earth am I doing? Because you can basically get your world fully automated with these two working together. So the drones do get all the supplies for you. The Autocrafter then crafts it into those annoying things that you don't want to have to keep autocrafting. And there are several of them: quartz, fertilizer, all kinds of things that you can put together that you don't have to keep going and finding all the supplies for and then crafting them. So it really is very useful. And again, if you have not watched my video on drones, I suggest you do. Watch that first on how to get supplies, automatically get supplies with your drones. I'll put the link in the video. But then the Autocrafter is the second part to this, really. So that's what we're going to do. First things first, we need to decide what it is we're going to autocraft. Now this, I pretty much have everything that I want autocrafted, but one big one I have not done is the T2 fertilizer. So I got the explosive powder, that's being done, autocrafted. This one, the fertilizer, the regular fertilizer is being autocrafted, but not my T2. So I want to, you can see, I mean, it's not even full. So that's one thing I have failed to do. So we're going to do that. First thing, actually, I was just thinking about this, and this is probably a good idea before you set up the Autocrafter. Probably should go get the recipe up here pinned, just so you know what it is you need to tell the drones to get. So we'll just right click on that, and you can see here, we've got 5 things we're going to have to get our drones set up to get. So we need just the regular fertilizer, as you can see, algae, squash or onions. I don't know, they look like onions to me, and 2 nitrogen. And you can see we've got, and make sure you do, by the way, your drones are actually collecting these. In this case, they are. You can see here, I'm demanding. If you watch the drone video, you can see I've got all of these things all ready to go, even the fertilizer. So we've got everything. My food actually is over here, so I know that that's being done. I have a whole food supply set up over there. So we've got all of the, that's the first thing. Look at everything up on the left and make sure that you're collecting all those with your drones. If you're not, you need to do that, because the Autocrafter obviously won't work, because that's the whole point of this, is to, well, I mean, it could work, but you'd have to manually put these in here. So now that we've talked about that, let's talk about how to set these up. Now, you can do this the way you want. Some people I've seen, they've got all their Autocrafters lined right up against each other. For some reason, I don't like to do it that way, but you can do it that way. You could have like 2 Autocrafters, all these Autocrafters lined up, and they're all sort of hitting the same box. For some reason, I don't like to do that. And again, it's preference. What I like to do, and you can see it has a range here, I like to just put everything it needs on its own little ramp here, and then the supply boxes right here that it needs. And you can see here, this is calling for fertilizer, and this is the bioplastic nugget, and it needs water, it needs silicone, and it needs mushrooms. And so this thing, once these things are, in fact, it's still, because this isn't backed up right now, I know that it's still producing these. And then probably putting them, a drone will come. And that's the thing, the drones will supply all of these crates, and it will then come and pick this up and probably pull it over there to my main supply area. So you can see here, again, we've got as I was saying before, we've got the regular fertilizer. Now what I want to do is get the, actually, I already kind of set this up. I forgot. So, and that's good. So I've got this empty ramp here, but we need to set up the rest of it. So this is delivering now. It actually is delivering fertilizer. But we can see here, I don't know why it's not building it right now. It's a little weird. Not sure why that's not building it. It should be. There's always a reason. Oh, well maybe, oh, you know what? I think, oh, There it is. No, I'm demanding that. So, anyways, it will happen. Sometimes it just takes a while, but it will happen. Oh, I know why. I know why. Because I think they're delivering it to up there, and that's full. I think that's... Let's actually get rid of this. Let's just set this whole thing up again. Okay. All right. So again, you need to have. We know we need. So we got the fertilizer. Let's set that up. Let's demand it so that they will bring it here, wherever it is. Okay. So we got that. Good. All right. So let's. What else do we need? We need algae. So let's start demanding that. Okay. Good. So we're demanding that. Let's now build. So we need more here. Where is that? There it is. Okay, so we need another container, and we need squash. I always want to say onion for some reason, but we need to get that and demand that. Oh, am I low on something? Uh-oh. Yes, water. If you've watched my other tutorials, I always die because I forget about the water. Well, I didn't there. Okay. Probably because I wasn't talking. Let's now get... What do we need? We need squash. Where is that? I can't. It's right in front of me. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we got that. We're demanding that now. So it'll go get that. Let's make... Actually, I think I know why. Is this on a high... I'm just going to make this all a high priority right now because I want this stuff. Normally I leave it normal, but let's make this high. I want this stuff coming right here. Oh, and you can see they're building, they're bringing it. Okay, good. And okay, so that's coming. Good. What else do we need? Okay, we need the nitrogen. So we're not done yet. And let's go ahead and get the nitrogen. There we go. Let's put everything high priority here. Okay, so everything's gonna come here first. I want to get these done. And the reason I'm making this high right now is because I don't know, there might be some other containers that I've got, you know, that so we're just gonna demand this. And not sure why this is not running right now. It should create one. It has the supplies. That's a little weird. I think because I don't know why, but anyways, they should be collecting here eventually. We should start to see we're starting to see that filled up. Oh, you know what? Maybe let's go look here. And this is the thing. We're actually losing O2 here. I forgot. We haven't totally terraformed this planet yet, so let's go. Let me go get some oxygen. We're definitely not having a huge oxygen problem. Let's go fill up here. I feel like I need some water too. Yes. Okay. I think I know why. Because I don't think this... Yes. So we did not set this up as a supply. So that's the thing you want to keep in mind. Let's also set this up as a supply. Now, think about what's going to happen. This is actually a really good point. I wanted to point this out. So we're going to go ahead and we can just supply everything. And then we also need to set up a demand here as well. So we got both. I wish they had kept that when you set this, but it wipes it out and you have to put it back in, but that's fine. So we've got this set up as supply and demand. So now they're going to come here and get there. So keep in mind, if this is actually a really good point. I'm glad this happened. So if you were trying to get, if you had both of these set up, we don't right now, but if we don't have the Autocrafter quite yet for this, the T2, but if we did, and you think about this, and you've got both of these active, it's going to do the green first because it's going to come here and it's going to use all of these before this is filled up. So I want you to think about that dynamic a little bit. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to get fertilizer. You may want to let this fill up to some degree before you do this. unless you need these first. But just, it's not a huge thing, but just if you set both of these up at the same time, obviously these are going to be consumed to build these first. So that was the point I wanted to make. And that's the dynamic with several of these. I think that drone's actually coming there. Let's see if he's doing his job now. He's doing something else. Okay. But we should start to see a little bit more of those black fertilizer. If they're not, they'll eventually get to it. And that's the one thing I do want to say. Sometimes your drones are so busy doing other things. When you start adding more tasks, things start to, they're less filled up. But I don't know why. Not sure what's going on here. This seems to have all the supplies. I don't know why this is not working. Did I do something here? Supply everything. Let's just see. It seems a little weird to me why it's not doing it. Like this one's got all the supplies. I wonder if that's glitched. I don't know. Hopefully it's not glitched for you. I mean, that should be constructing them. You know what we're going to do? We're going to deconstruct this. Or you know what we're going to do? We're going to just wipe it out. All right, let's just wipe it out. I don't know why that's doing that. That is a little strange. Maybe somebody else knows. It feels like it's glitched. I haven't seen that. There's supplies there and it should be making them. That's a little weird, but it probably would be a work for you. I don't know why it's not working for me right now, but anyways, let's go get the supplies that we need. Let's check it again. Oh yeah, I've already got, yeah, so we need super alloy rod and 2 osmium. So we're going to build 2 more. So let's do that. Okay, obviously because we just destroyed one of them. All right, so let's go and build the regular fertilizer first, and let's see if we can get that thing. There must be something I'm missing. Maybe, oh, it could be, I wonder if I altered that in some way. I don't know. I just feel that's weird. We have all the supplies now that we need to start auto-crafting for the T2 fertilizer, but let's just check and see if we can get this going. And again, I want to just keep this in the range of these. So we have nothing assigned. So when you first come in, nothing's assigned. Nothing's assigned. So you have to hit this. And then what we do is we say, okay, start doing it. Let's see if it builds it now. I have no idea. Is there something with the recipe? Oh, I know why we don't have 2 eggplant. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Now it should do it. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. We needed 2 eggplant. So that's, in fact, I probably should put notes here, like, 2 eggplant or something. And you can do that. That's actually a good idea. I just thought of that. Okay. So I was wondering what is going on with that. Okay. So there you can see, we should set up, yeah, we're setting up a demand here. So these should start to fill up. All right. So now let's go ahead and build our Autocrafter for the, let's see, I think I might already have that other container with the T2 fertilizer set up with to demand those, but we weren't building anything. So let's just see if we can get this to work now. And we have all the supplies. If it works, there, we built it. Now, we're not done. We have to tell the drones that this is a supply. Let's just do supply everything. And it's building a lot of them. Look at that. It's just working on that. Okay, good. What did I set this to? Yeah, we need to redo this. I forgot to set this. Yeah, so if you don't set this to apply everything, or you could just select the individual T2 fertilizer, but if we don't, they won't come here and pull these out. You can see, look, they're doing it now. They're pulling these out, and they're taking these all the way up here. And we should start to see this fill up. And I think I already have this container set to demand these. I just automatically do it, even if I'm not making them. And I did. Oh gosh, here we go again. I told you I'd die. Wait. Oh, it's oxygen. Okay, I told you I'd die. I always forget. Yep. What on earth? Am I stuck in that? That's an interesting place to. Okay. Wow. All right. I knew it would happen. It always happens in every. I don't die in the regular game, but the tutorial video, I get distracted. So that is how Autocrafters work. It is now filling these up. And they do actually work. That thing was not glitched. I just forgot that there's 2 eggplants, and that's a reminder that you may want to put notes on here on what's, you could put up signs or whatever you want to do. But that's just a reminder that I kind of knew it was working. So that was a thing. And my food source, by the way, is over here. So, and again, make sure your make sure everything that you need, your drones are delivering. If they're not, go look at the supply source, and see, make sure you have, like here, I've got eggplant, but obviously these are still growing. They'll probably come and get that one. That one's done. I mean, they will get that and they'll deliver it. In fact, they just did. So, so yeah. So just keep in mind, your drones are collecting everything you need. Make sure that your Autocrafter is in range of all the items it needs, and that's why, again, I divide these so that it's easy for me to tell. Now you could, like, let's say you have another item you're building and it needs nitrogen. You could put another Autocrafter here, and you could get the mats of materials that it needs in range. But I find that disorientating, so that's why I like to keep these separate. But again, you could try to do that, but I like to keep them separate, just so, I don't know, it keeps things organized for me. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks again for watching.